I'm Darla, and I'm gonna get autumn hair today.
Yes.
Natural, so yeah.
Yeah, we're not going that short that you normally do. Leave a bit in the length, make a medium pixie hairstyle. Darla, will you turn for you and the rest of the world to show how your hair is now? I'm gonna play with the rest over of your blonde, with toners. That's a nice slow turn. It's not like autumn wind. Thank you very much.
Hello friends on YouTube, gonna do Darla's hair again. It's a long time she was modeling for me. She's growing her hair a bit. We'll make her a medium long pixie hairstyle with the use of a hot razor. Of course I'll start with protection. And I will make use of the color she now has, because it's a wonderful color to put toners on, and she wants the autumn colors. So I bring autumn colors into her hair. And don't damage the hair by first bleaching it, because it's not necessary. Start by wetting the hair. And watching at the skull shapes, because that's very important. Now she wants to grow to a longer length, so I will certainly use the longest length she has, especially on the upper hair, because it has to grow together and not separate from each other. You can do some playable effects in the neckline. And still, while I'm wetting, I see how the shapes are, because when somebody stays away for a long time, I never tell somebody I know your hair, because I don't. I have to invent it every time again. But I want to see the skull shapes. That's for me the most important thing. Part hair over the center, onto the skull bone. I start in the neckline. So you can see what I'm going to do. First, I take a new part in a V-line. So I only have the outer lines of her hair. Just also set away. Now this length is not so important for the hairstyle she's going to. So I lay the hairs in the natural shapes. Go in with my razor knife. Razor knife is 190 degrees Celsius. And the wonderful thing is it seals the ends, so there's no moist getting lost in the ends of the hair. Turn up it so you can see this also. Lay it in the natural shapes. Watch also to the natural shapes, so follow the lines. Let me guide by the skull. And give her a nice soft hairstyle. Take the hairs up in little parts. Lay my fingers in the same line as the chin line. De verwarming doet het hoor. Eindelijk geluid.
Nou, vindt hij niet koud?
Nee, ik zei eindelijk geluid.
Oh.
Nee, het is hier warm.
Ja?
Zeker voor als jij met paarden en zo buiten bent. Ja.
Nou, op een gegeven moment niet meer. Maar...
Nee, als je helemaal bezig bent, dan, dan word je één met dat beest en dan krijg je vanzelf warm.
Ja.
Of course, do the same on the other side.
free the line upon that. Just above the skull bone is laying here. This is the center of the skull bone, bends with the shape of the head. Lift over in an asymmetrical line. And start in the center. And just go in the flow to create a shape. Parting every time about a centimeter, 1.5 centimeter. Coming on the center again. Part here. Put it over the center line of the skull. So lay it in the same line as the chin line again. And do the same on opposite lines. Now I'm going to use the maximum volume I can get, and that's by laying the hairs into the neckline. So in this line, so I have all the curve and it bends up, so I get a lot of volume on the back because she has not the thickest hair, but I can give it a wonderful volume by using the skull bones. Travel over the same line again. Do this on both sides, just to control the line. Not taking off much hair. And don't pull on the hair. Just gently hold it between my fingers. I want the natural shapes into it. When I pull too hard, I never get the natural shapes. Now I'm going to free the hair on both. That get also part on the sides. Now this is the longer side, but I have also to control the other side, so I have to know which length she has and where I can go to. And for me it's normal to start, of course, on the shorter side, because then I know where to go on the other side. Because we're going to create a symmetrical hairstyle. See that also. She's nicely laying in my hands. That aside. Now this is the longest length. So you see, when I go into the line where I just cut, I get only to get off the ends, because then I create the same line as I did. So I know when I start again in the center, on the head, my guide lays between my fingers down, holding my fingers in an angle 45 degrees, pulling it to the sides, and then I take it up in the lines of the natural fall. Still keeping in mind that I want the most volume into a hairstyle. So part every time a bit of moon shape, hold in the natural lines, lay my fingers in the same line as the chin bone. And now you see I get to the point where I want to go. I don't take off any length of the front, only the ends, this bit. Go over it again. Connect both lines to each other, so I get a nice flowing line. And now I can do the other side. Turn it so you can see what I'm doing. Take the first section straight down, bend it over to the other side, watch again at the chin line and the skull bone structures. Part myself at 1.5 centimeters, pull it over the line I've just cut. Get into the roundings, don't pull the hairs. Stay working in the same line, so I'm certain that I get to the same length as I just started on. Now you can see that when I show it to the sides, I get a wonderful fall into the lines of a skull, because now you see the volume going, because this goes near to the neckline and here you get all the volume. It's a bit like also a playable bob, but then this is a Pixie Bob. But it's always with medium lengths and lengths above that. New line on it. Gently comb it out. Need myself some water. Again, set in the same lines. You can see the angle where I'm working in. You can see also that this is the shortest side because there's not much going off. The hot knife is a tool of ergo. You have also wonderful brushes and other tools. Now I just play with the tip of my knife, knowing that I have this length and I want to stay in this length, so it makes only the ends a little bit more playable. So we get an autumn feeling, so she can wave it around and it will wave into the air and into the wind. Gonna stand now. Can lay parting in a moon shape. Pull it over. Still watching at the same lines. Every time working from the center of the skull. Late in the natural fall and in the natural roundings. And again, when I come near to the front, I'm just going to work with the tip of my knife. So when I get near to the front, I only work with the tip of my knife, just to create that wonderful playable effect. Controlling the fall, and you see how wavy it is. So now go to the other side. Okay, coming to the longer side. Again, part in a moon shape. Watch at the natural folds in natural skull. Shapes go in. Bending. And make it the right length. I can see the length between my fingers. Coming on the line on the ears, I just use the tip of my knife again. A nice thing is going in the same length is that the driest ends are off. Because the longer the hair is, the drier it is, especially when you bleach it. Go back on the same line again. Travel to the starting point. This is like a cross control. Knowing that all the lengths are the way you want them. Take a new line on it. Nou, dat is ook vervelend.
Maar ik kan ook wel genieten van het binnenzitten, maar ja, bijna minder bij de paarden.
Ja.
Dat is wel iets.
Nou, of je moet een inloophuis maken voor de paarden.
Ja.
Dat is gewoon bij jou in de woonkamer kunnen staan.
Ja, dat zou ook kunnen, of gewoon bij de paarden.
Ja.
Dat is toch
Ja, ja, je kunt paarden niet vragen of ze het erg leuk vinden, hè?
wat bij mij in huis wonen.
Ja.
Ik denk dat het een beetje krap is.
Ja.
Ik heb een behoorlijk paard.
Wordt geleend door Sinterklaas.
Nee, want er zit een zwarte vlek op.
Oh, dat helpt niet. Ze hebben laatst ook
Oh, ja.
een zebra ingezet, hè? Als,
Dat zou wel mooi zijn eigenlijk met
ja.
al die rellen. En dan
Ja.
een zwart-wit paard.
Ja.
Ja.
Talking in Dutch about the conversations going on between our Sinterklaas and Black Pete. But Black Pete is not a slave of Sinterklaas, it's a friend of Sinterklaas, so it's also a child's friend. And we have now the problem that people with a dark skin, the majority in Netherlands, is against the Zwarte Piet, but when you go abroad, all the people that are black playing the same thing. So they see Zwarte Piet just as a child friend and not as a black person. So yeah, we are in the middle of the discussion between both parts. So maybe we lost our Zwarte Piet, but you never know. But it's not a racial thing for me as a white person, because I also have a grandma far away was an African slave in France. So I have the same blood in me. So I know it's also, when I watch as a slave, I can certainly feel the feeling. But Zwarte Piet is not a slave, he's just a friend. Okay, coming to the last part. Now our hair is laying all from the side, from here to there. So what I do is go on the center line, pull it over to the other sides, wet it a bit, pulling it over, just about a half centimeter over the center of the skull. Lay the hairs on the same lines as I started on, starting in the neckline. And now I create some rounding in it, so I start a little bit higher and bend it in roundings, so you can see that when I'm coming to the side. Take the hairs up, here is laying my connection. So I give it in the upper lines a little bit graduation, knowing that her hair will be playable. And again, just moon shapes. Pulling it up. Here's my connection line. And lay the hairs in natural form. Watch the lines at the front. Just minor corrections. So you get a nice flowing soft line. Now I can lay the hairs back. With this side of course also a bit. Turn it so you can see what I'm going to do. Go on top. I have two guides. Here's my guide, and a little bit lower I have also a guide, so all the hairs that lay between those I have to take off. The upper line is guided by the line I just got on the shoulders part. The other line is guided by the underlines. To the front, give it the same rounding as I have on the other side. And to get rid of the asymmetrical effect, I connect it to the lines on the front. Again, make it playable in the front line. To control both lines, just lay the hairs straight to the back. Take the hairs up on the center line. Watch at the length. And soften the line. When I have this done, my hair cut is ready. So I make her a nice autumn color. Made three colors, a brown, a copper and a violet. Made them with 1.5%, this is 6 volume. Starting with the brown color. This toner is of Kin and it smells wonderful. It's very ultra nice and soft. Niks, maar dan komt er een trein voorbij. Het is wel leuk, industriële geluiden.
Ja.
The back, you hear a train. No, there's nothing going on in this building, but now we have a sound. So I love the sound. Now free the hair. I'm gonna work in a playable effect. So I start on the back line, laying parts over each other. Don't worry where they lay. Again, watch at the center of the skull because it's very important for me. I'll show you a bit how I'm going. This I will part like an orange. Keep in mind that the brown color is in the underlines. And I'll start again with the brown color. Take a part and just lay it on the color because it doesn't matter, it doesn't influence. Take a new part. And one part will be a copper and the other will be a violet. Just lay it on there. This doesn't damage the hair at all. It just nurses the hair. So now I've been around. I've certainly been around for some time, almost 60 years now. No, more than 60 years. Now these soft colors have to develop. So I leave them in. You can see already the violet coming, the brownish colors, sand tones. So this I leave in. So we'll be back. Hello, we're back. After 20 minutes I rinsed out the colors. Now it gets ultra transparent. Start with the shape of Lacme. Gonna blow dry it with a medium large brush and give the playable effect. Now the wonderful thing about her hair is that it dries very quickly. It is in a good condition, so it doesn't hold the moist too long. So far blow drying. Now to give it some wonderful shine and a wonderful color, to polish the colors, I use a polish. Polish is of Lacme, it's a soft wax. Smells ultra delicious. I use it only on top of her hair, because otherwise I get it too greasy. I don't want that. But I want you to give the effect of wind. So when you would be outside, you can expect this kind of movement and hairstyle. So far my haircut for her and color. She will turn for you. I'll see you next video. Bye bye. Mooi. Again a nice slowly turn. Thank you very much.
You too. Hello, I'm Darla, and I'm gonna get autumn hair today.
Yes.
Natural, so yeah.
Yeah, we're not going that short that you normally do. Leave a bit in the length, make a medium pixie hairstyle. Darla, will you turn for you and the rest of the world to show how your hair is now? I'm gonna play with the rest over of your blonde, with toners. That's a nice slow turn. It's not like autumn wind. Thank you very much.